Hello everyone, in this video we're going to look at bonds issued at discount. So this company decides to sell $100,000 5-year bonds when the effective interest rate is 14%. The bonds have a coupon or contract rate of 12% and pay semi-annual interest. So the coupon rate is less than the market rate. The bonds have to be sold at discount. So let's take a look at the calculation of the price. Par value is 100,000. The coupon rate is 12%. Annually, market rate is 14% annually. So if we divide by 2, that's 6% coupon rate and 7% effective rate. So the interest that the bonds pay, 6% times 100,000 is $6,000 every 6 months. This is semi-annual bonds. So we can see that the cash flows at the end of period 10, 5 years becomes 10 6 months period, 100,000. So you see that that's a lump sum amount. And the second one is $6,000 interest payments every 6 months. Okay, so we can just look at these two different cash flows there. This one is lump sum, and this one, the interest is annuity. So we have to use two different tables. Okay, first for the 100,000, we are going to go find the discount factor for 7% interest. Remember, the discount factor is done using the effective interest rate and 10 periods. So 7%, 10 period. Let's go find that to present value table. 7%, 10 period is 0.5083. So we can multiply that to get 50,834.93. And then for the interest, $6,000, we have to use the annuity table. So we go to annuity table, 7%, 10 period, 7%, 10 period. Where is that? Okay, this one, 7% and 10 period, 7.0236. So we can multiply the interest to get the discounted cash flows, and then we add those two. It shows 92,976.42. Okay, 92,976.42. So that means we can calculate the discount. The discount is the difference between the face value and the price. So 7,023.58. So that's the discount from the bonds that we need to amortize. Okay, before we prepare the journal entries, we should prepare the amortization tables. There are two ways to do that. The first one is using straight line. That means the discounts is amortized equally every period. Let's start with that. That's the easier method. And then the second one is the effective rate method. Okay. So the face value of the bonds is 100,000. We are going to do straight line amortization first. Okay. The discount is 7,023.58. The carrying value of the bonds is the face value minus the discount. Okay, 92,976.42, which is the selling price we just calculated there. Interest payment will always be $6,000. We can just copy it there. Okay. So the amortization of discount using straight line, excuse me, we'll just divide this by the number of period, which is 10. Okay, so the amortization of the discount will be the same every 6 months. And if you look at the total, going to be the same as the discount itself. So it will bring back it down to 0. Now, every 6 months, the discount will go down. Okay. So it will go down until it gets to fully amortized or 0. Now, the carrying value will change depending on the unamortized discount. But it will bring the bonds back to its face value, to their face value of $100,000. Now, the interest expense for bonds with discount is the interest payment plus the amortization of discount. So the interest expense is actually higher than the interest payment. Why? Because with the discount, you borrow $100,000, you will pay back $100,000, but you receive only 92,976.42. That's 7,023.58 less than what you will have to pay back. Okay, so this discount is like an additional expense for you. In addition to the 6% interest expense based on coupon, you also need to pay back 7,023.58 that you never receive, that you never borrow. So the interest expense will be higher than the coupon interest. Okay, now the journal entry, when we first issue the bonds, we receive cash only 92,976.42, but we will have bonds payable of 100,000. Okay, so we receive less than 100,000. The difference is going to be the discount. We call it discount on bonds payable. And it's on debit. That means it reduces the carrying value of the bonds, which is on credit, right? Now, every 6 months, the company will pay interest. So interest expense based on our schedule. That really helps if you prepare the schedule. That's the interest expense. Okay. Interest payment, which is cash, $6,000. That's based on the coupon. And the difference is the amortization of the discount. Okay, discount is on debit, so to amortize, it has to be on credit. Discount on bonds payable on credit. Okay, so the left-hand side and the right-hand side have to be the same. And then we keep doing that every 6 months. And because we're using straight line depreciation, the accounts and the amounts are going to be the same for every interest payment. After the last interest payment, on December 31st, year 5, it's time to pay back the bonds payable. So bonds payable will be on debit, 100,000, and we pay cash 100,000 to pay for the bonds payable. Okay, so that's how we amortize the discount using straight line and how to prepare the journal entry. Now, the second method is called effective interest method. So we're going to calculate the interest expense based on the effective interest, which is 7% here. Okay, 7% is the market interest for semi-annual bonds. Okay, so the carrying value is the price of the bonds. Or maybe I just go from face value here, always 100,000. Okay, interest payment is always 6,000. The discount is 7,023.58. And the carrying value is the face value minus the discount. So that's the price of the bonds, 92,976.42. Okay? So now, for the first period, the interest expense is going to be 7% here, 0.07 times the carrying value. So the interest expense is 6,508.35. The interest payment is only 6,000. So the difference is the amortization of discount, 508.35. Once we know the discount amortization, we can calculate the discount that has not been amortized, okay, 9515.23, and we can calculate the carrying value, 93,484.77. And then we calculate again the interest, 9543.93. We calculate again the amortization. We calculate the new discount amount. We calculate the new carrying value. Okay, we keep doing that every 6 months. You see that the discount will go down to 0. The carrying value of the bonds will go back up to the face value, which is $100,000. We can calculate the total interest expense, 67,023, and we can calculate the total amortization. That must be the same as the total discount. Okay, so now we have information for each interest payment. This is the first payment here. So this will still be the same, but the interest payment is no longer the same for each period. The first interest payment, interest expense will be 6,508.35. The discount will be this one from the row of period 1. Okay. On this December 31st, the second one, no longer the same. It's going to be 6,543.93. And the discount amortization will be from the second one here, period 2. Okay. But remember, we have to maintain that the left-hand side equals the right-hand side. But for all these interest payments, they're all going to be different. The same accounts, but different amounts. Okay, so you just move from one row to the next year until we get to the last year or the last 6 months. Then we pay back the bonds for $100,000 using cash. Okay, so that's how we calculate the uh, bonds interest expense using effective interest method for bonds with discount. Thank you for watching.